What up guys, my name is Dorshi and today's video we're going to be talking about the cold harsh truth we all have to face. Your aim sucks. But don't worry, we all suck with you. Aim is something we can always work on. Much like a muscle, it must be worked on frequently to maintain the gains. Aiming can be broken down into its individual parts so we can better understand how to practice it efficiently. Tracking, burst and spraying, flicking, gun movement, and crosshair placement. Timestamps to each section will be in the comments below. Before starting the video, I do want to share that War Owl has a video on the shooting and movement mechanics of Valorant, which will greatly help you understand these tips better.
Oh, there it is.
Let's start with tracking. Being able to track a specific point and follow it as smoothly as possible. This is much different to the usual flicking aim that many overhype to be sick aim. Flicking is important but doesn't fully encompass what you need to have for good aim. Open the shooting range, then shoot the practice box. Pick a target, then try your best to keep your crosshair on their head at all times while moving. Make sure to vary your movement if you want to up the difficulty. Your ability to track will also help with your crosshair placement, which will come up later in the video.
Ready to lock and load. Brax with the frag. It's traded away, and now with the mow down. ACK on Janitor.
Being able to control your weapon's recoil is a necessity to leave what I like to call the haze. A big indicator of players stuck in this place is that they tap shoot at all ranges. On top of this, they don't even wait to let their gun's recoil reset. Spraying and bursting allow you to use the gun's full damage capabilities in mid to closer range duels where you don't have to be as precise as tapping. To start, stand near the range, press F3 and turn infinite ammo off. When you have infinite ammo off, in order to replenish your gun's ammo, all you have to do is sell the gun and rebuy it back and it'll come back with full ammo. Make your way to this wall with the bullseye target. Set it to 10 meters and do your best to shoot 7 to 8 bullet bursts as accurately as possible. To counter the recoil, just pull the crosshair opposite of the recoil's direction, which is down for bursting. This part of the spray will always be consistent and is used as your main shooting style for mid to long range duels. All of the bullets after the burst will stay at the same vertical height and will only move horizontally. Using the same concept as countering the burst recoil, you pull in the opposite direction of the recoil when it moves left or right. For spraying, the horizontal movement of the bullet's pattern is random. Even though it is random, it's worth practicing spraying since it's possible to have control over your spray's accuracy. With some fancy trigonometry, if you compare your crosshair and the origin of your spray, it will tell you where the next bullet will land. Obviously you can't memorize this. It's less of a memorization of a pattern and more a subconscious feeling you develop that controls the spray. Make sure to practice both crouching and standing sprays since crouching does affect how you control your spray. I personally don't practice aim down sight or ADS sprays cause I'm just lazy, honestly. But if you feel like it will help your game, you know, you do you. People love seeing the nasty flicks. Definitely the most flashy aspect of aim. Moving your screen from one point to another instantly with pinpoint accuracy is honestly on some anime superpower shit. I personally take an approach that helped me a lot with my CSGO aim. You have to be able to do things slowly before being able to play at the proper tempo. Press F3 and select the hardest difficulty flick test where you can hit 25 plus consistently. Personally, medium is where I can usually hit this, but pick easy if you need to. This will give you a way to practice flicks in a slow and controlled manner. This helps with focus on the proper form and not being complacent with your shots. Pick the next difficulty and practice your quick flicks. My personal goal is to do 2 to 3 medium sets to warm up, then 5 hard sets, but obviously you could change this to whatever you like.
Fire in the hole!
That doesn't sound like fun.
Oh, you got me.
I didn't really know what to call this segment, but gun movement was the best thing my peanut brain can think of. It just boils down to your movement during a gunfight. Counter strafing. ending a strafe by quickly tapping the opposite direction when you let go of your initial strafe. This stops your momentum as fast as possible, letting you shoot accurately and fast. Mastery of this technique will let you style on kids with peaks that some might call filthy, putrid, disgusting, and rage-inducing. A big difference from CSGO that Valorant does have is that counter-strafing can kind of be done by just letting go of the strafe key and timing your shot when the strafe ends. I feel like you lose a bit of consistency when using this method, but if you frag this way, you do you. A big pro though to using the older method of counter-strafing is that you could shoot in between non-stop strafes like this. Get used to tapping the opposite direction of your strafe, so if you're pressing left, tap right, and vice versa. If you're moving in the opposite direction after your initial strafe, you're holding the counter strafe key for too long. Don't be afraid to hold your initial strafe key for too long, because when both keys are held down, it keeps you still. Now all you have to do is shoot during the moments where you're stopped to fact check your form. The goal is to have 100% accuracy with every shot. No random flying bullets.
Oh lord. He's dead, Summit.
What? Wait. Where'd he die? Wait, oh shit! Okay. That's not just practicing crosshair placement, motherfucker. Alright.
It's good.
Thank you.
I wasn't gonna say anything.
Crosshair placement is how you position your crosshair before you even see your opponent. With proper crosshair placement, even the worst of aim can pull it through, since the shots are easier to hit. The general rule of thumb is to keep your crosshair at head level at all times. But the less talked about tip is to place your crosshair horizontally based on how fast your reactions are and how fast the opponent will peek you. Launders has a great video on this concept where he breaks down Brax's crosshair placement. Remember that the goal is to have at the least amount of crosshair adjustment whenever the opponent appears on your screen. Since Valorant currently does not support community-made maps, no true practice maps are out for crosshair placement exercises. In order to compensate for this, you're gonna have to use your imagination. Walk around the map in an empty server with your crosshair at head level at all times, clearing common positions, and never let your guard down. It will feel tiresome to keep your crosshair placement on point even if you know no one is around.
Welcome.
But this is how you build good habits that will become more autonomous with practice. Even just thinking about your crosshair placement during matches is a good practice. Hopefully with all of this knowledge, you have a better place to start your sweaty aim grind. At the end of the day, how do you get better at anything? You do it a ton. If you liked the video, make sure to catch me live on Twitch. Thanks, and enjoy the rest of your day.